Thanks for joining me and my good buddy, Scott. Well, we've had a little bit of an idea.
I never get that right. I've never got that right.
I always, we've a little bit of an idea of just sort of taking a look at a few beers that were regarded as hype beers, I guess, back in the day. I mean, I know when I first reviewed this,
game changer beers.
Cracking beer.
Yeah. Game changer beers in certainly supermarkets.
Definitely. So if you want to do the honours, my friend, with what we're going to be sampling.
Well, we've spoken about this a little bit. Have beers changed since they first came into the supermarket? And then you sent me a message this morning saying, last night saying, did you want to do a joint review of Love and Hate?
Yeah.
I'm always up for doing anything with you, my friend. So I've hot-footed it down to Tesco's. They've got my 3 Earth pounds, and here I am. Yeah. So from back in the day when it was first released, it's remained £3, which I suppose is a good thing in this day and age. What are we looking at? 3 or 4 years ago now? 3 years?
4 years. 2018 was it? Summer of 2018 or?
I'm going to go for 4. I was just saying to you before we started recording that I went back and watched your video this morning. Because I remember when I first started speaking to you, we became friends, that you said you became absolutely fixated with Love and Hate.
I did, yeah. It was just like, wow, a quality product, a rock bottom price, really, when you think about it in the grand scheme of craft beer. It really took me back. We are going to touch on the branding, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, we are.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't know why they messed about with it. I think that the last piece of branding that they had on all their cans was loud enough for me, I think.
And I think in an industry where the artwork can be so important, I think their rebrand gets lost. Whereas their old stuff with the fancy squiggly writing actually stood out a little bit.
It did. It was a black background with just fonts with like squiggles and sort of it stood out for me, and I really liked it, especially when, of course, they went from the 330s to 440s. It looked better than this, I think. But you know, they're not the first brewery to do a brand change, and they're not going to be the last, are they?
I was quite. The one thing I didn't know, I've just said before we started recording, I've not had this for some time. I didn't know if they changed the ABV. I'm glad to see they haven't. So that's still 7.2. So that's a winner for me. But it's that's in the can that's ultimately counts at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So a New England IPA. 7.2% ABV,
and as you say, it's still £3. So it hasn't changed price in all these years. It's still at that market. It's only available in singles, isn't it? They don't do boxes of it.
I don't think they do. They might have done way back, but I can't recall it. I thought it was always a standalone single beer. Yeah.
And as you said, we might do. I've got a beer in mind that you know what it is that I want to do. I was going to do a video on that, but as this seems to be something that we might do going forward, I think we'll do that one together because I know we've both got similar thoughts on that beer.
Yeah. It would be nice.
And the whole thing around certainly that one beer that brings to mind what's in my mind, and I know what's in your mind as well. And it might well come up in the conversation with this.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Should we open it up, mate?
Let's go for it. Right, okay. Well, straight off the bat for me, it looks very lighter.
It's definitely I mean, it was always creamy.
Yeah.
I like a bit shit here, but it definitely there is still some haze to it, but it does look a lot lighter.
Yeah, it's definitely hazy, but just dialed down slightly on a shade or two, a bit lower than from what I can recall.
Well, the word I would use, and it's going to sound stupid, but when it originally came out, that it had a dank look about it. So you had, it looked like quite dank. That just looks like orange juice to me.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Can't say it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, but it's not. It had that sort of New England dank sort of in my eyes. Anyway.
All right, nose. I do pick a little bit of the dankness up on the nose.
I was going to say that. It's still there. You get that sort of those ripe stone fruits, so a bit of peach and sort of mango, bit of pineapple.
You just shut my door, mate.
And there is a nice hoppiness to it. It doesn't smell, for me, like they've fucked around with it too much.
No, it smells. It's pretty inviting. It's ticking all the boxes regarding a hazy IPA for me at 7.2.
Orange, bit of orange.
Of course.
Smells all right.
Normal bog standard orange. No
fancy fancy oranges, anything like that in there. Pithy orange. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
It's still got that nice hoppiness to it. That nice mouthfeel.
Body's decent on it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I would know.
Hoppy, creamy, oaty body.
Is it? Do they put lactose in this?
Well, I'd probably go on the line with definitely quite a bit of oats in there, maybe a bit of lactose, but the bloody ingredient font is just unreadable, really.
I'd have to get the all-seeing eye in, but she's busy at the minute. I can't read that.
I'll reel the spiel on the back of it regarding what's in the box. Yep. An authentic Vermont yeast strain and a big dose of oats worked together with plenty of dry hops, creating a stunning aroma and a silky, smooth finish. Citroen Galaxy.
And it was always so the thing that I know they changed quite a lot because they never used to put their hop lineup on their cans, did they? I don't think.
That's correct.
They do now. And from memory, I don't think the hop lineup has changed, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I think from the original release of it, it was Citroen Galaxy. Yeah.
Because I've still got this thing about life and death that I think they've changed something in that.
Okay.
Because and I know a few people have said this. Maybe we'll go back to life and death as part of this series. Because I think they've changed something in that, certainly.
Yeah, there's definitely a few beers, modern and old, that we can perhaps collab up together and take a look at and go forward with testing it. And by all means, anybody that does watch this video, any suggestions on beers that you think have changed, we'll leave Punk to one side because I think that's been done to death. But
I mean,
there's plenty of others.
I mean that's about a 1 day marathon on Punk. I would have thought. Actually, I've got a can. We had. We'll get back to this beer in a second. I did 3 beer reviews on Friday. The girls went off to Tesco's. I said, pick me up a box of Punk. I'll give you the money back. They were terrible. Pretty terrible.
I've had some good ones. I've had some bad ones again. But as for this,
getting back to Love and Hate, I'm really pleased. They don't seem to have messed colour slightly. That might just be, I don't know, slight change over time. But the flavours are still there. It's still pillowy soft. There's still no sign of that 7.2% ABV for me.
I was going to say that is still hidden, really, really nice, in keeping with. I mean, we're flirting with double IPA territory, aren't we? With 7.2. Yeah. But I have had beers of the same ABV before, and as you have got that little bit of sort of ethanol, harsh alcoholic kick in there. This is hidden really nice. I'm chuffed with it. I think, considering the beers that have come after it, and there's been absolutely shed loads of near on double IPAs that have been released since this was brought out. I think it still holds up to quite a few of them.
As the baby of the granddaddy really of the group of sort of supermarket, we'll leave things like Life and Death, Punk, Sierra Nevada, all of those things that came way before this. This was one of the real craft sort of pioneer in supermarket to sort of move a movement along, and it's nice to see. Unlike Punk, they haven't messed with it too much.
Yeah, well, like you said on the opening, mate, it was considered as one of them game changer beers when it first came out on literally. Well, it would have been wave one of the Tesco hype bandwagon of doing craft beer. So it had a tall order to sort of stand on, didn't it, really, when it comes to meeting up to people's expectations. Yeah, still delivers.
Do you know what? And I've probably not gone back to it. For the reason that they obviously you've got all the supermarkets that have jumped on this bandwagon. You sent me a message this morning saying there's a couple of new in Sainsbury's, so you're always looking for sort of different things. And I've probably not gone back to it. One, because I can't stand the can, so it doesn't draw me to that. Two, you've got another whole different range of options to pick from. And three, I've always been a bit worried it's not the same beer.
Mm. Well, hopefully that's put the latter to bed with doing this. But again, though, because of what we do this shit. We're always interested in new stuff that comes out. That's just how it works. Beers like this can be left behind a little bit. I don't think they should, though.
No.
It'd be nice to know that people are still they must be still buying it, or it would have been discontinued years ago.
You've only got to look at what Tesco's have done to their craft beer range, where they've absolutely decimated it for me. So you had when they used to walk in, I think I was going to do a whole video on this. I think the days of the huge release from Tesco's and the craft beers, I think they're gone. You used to have like the 3 or 4 shelves of your 440s, then you'd have a couple of shelves of your 330s, and they'd swing them around. And now you've got 2 shelves of either Brewdog, Vocation, Beavertown, or Northern Monk. That's it.
And I think now as well, with the recent sort of complete buyout of Heineken and Beavertown, I think that we're going to be seeing the same sort of shelf space as, say, Brewdog. There's going to be a hell of a lot more Beavertown beers appearing on the shelves.
I don't disagree with that either. I think that's a point I think it will happen.
Yeah. And they tested the water, didn't they, with them 440s that they all bought out at the same time. You had Space Hulk, and I forget the other. Yeah,
I can't remember the other. But then you had the ones in Sainsbury's as well, because they put one of them in Sainsbury's first. So
Super Moon, that was another one.
Yeah, so they are testing the water there.
Yeah, and I can see it happening. You know, with the likes of they're pushing Gamma Ray and neck oil onto the shelves of Tesco, which was quite a recent sort of thing.
The Gamma Ray and neck oil should definitely be on this series of beers.
Yeah. I think Gamma Ray more so, to be honest, because again, I can remember trying that for the very first time, and really taken back by it. It was wow.
About the Beavertown, what was the the orange one?
Oh, bloody hell!
It's when your old man got it for you.
Yeah. That's a Christmas box with 2 cans of bloody hell in it.
I've still got that one. You got it. But we got when we did it. We did Beavertown Bomb and Cherry Cake Milk Stout. Oh
yeah, we did. Did we do a showcase of them there?
Yeah. Wonder because she thought it was Cherry Coke. She was well excited.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, but again, another brewery that a lot of people held in high regard. You know, they make some cracking beers. Smog Rocket again, another belting beer.
I've got a feeling that there'll be a few breweries get bought out this year, because obviously they're all going to start striking. I think there's like 50 gone this year or something ridiculous like that. Obviously the price of energy is going up. The price of malt is about to either double or treble. So they're just going to be a complete. I tell you what, do you want to stop it and we'll have a chat about that, and we'll come back and do like a 5-10 minute thing on that.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So in closing, mate, vocation. Vocation. That's trouble with me and you. We just get going.
We could talk all bloody day about beer, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Love and hate.
I love it. I do. I love it.
I don't hate it.
I don't like branding, but I really, really do love what is in the glass. It holds up well. It does hold up well.
You make a really good point. I love that. I hate that.
Yeah.
Love and
Go
hate.
back to the old branding.
Love the beer. Hate the fucking branding. It's crap.
Yeah.
Right.
But nice to do all the same. Nice to do. Lovely stuff.
Cheers for inviting me, mate. I really appreciate it. We'll do some more news. All good fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll be up for that. No bother.
Right. I'll stop this and we'll start again. Right.